Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We wanted to share something that we came across today from the HeartMath Institute. Every month, they do a special care focus. So it's just a way of drawing our attention to matters of the heart. And they write something inspired, and we go, wow. And then we think about sharing it. And so this time we're going to do that.
Yeah. It's particularly resonant with me right now because it hits on some of the things that I'm experiencing in my own life, in my personal life, with some relationship dynamic challenges. And I thought that it would be really good for me to do this before I get on a phone call later. And maybe there are some other people out there who might need a little bit of this too before you go wherever you're going next. So I hope you enjoy it.
So we're literally just reading from the print of the care focus.
Except I might interrupt from time to
time. It's my favorite part. So the title is Heart Coherence Matters. And it begins with considering the multitude of global stressors going on. War, extreme weather, famine, political and social divisiveness, and more. We can at times feel like it's hard enough to handle our own stressful challenges, let alone to help humanity, the collective. One of the most effective ways to help both ourselves and humanity is to deepen our heart's connection with each other. So often, we have only surface level connections, along with some care, but we miss the deeper understanding of another person. When we connect from a warm heart with intentional care, we listen and hear more deeply. This increases our intuitive sensitivity to their feelings, the essence of what they're trying to say, which helps with deeper understanding. For humanity to dissipate the walls of separation between people with different backgrounds, beliefs, or values, we need to connect from the heart to establish rapport and truly understand each other. This requires humility and a heart's desire to understand. We don't have to agree with another's views. From our heart, we can caringly share our truth about what we're feeling. But taking a mind stance results in feelings of separation and disconnection. Connecting from our heart supports the dignity, respect, and deep listening needed for effective communication among people with diverse beliefs. Scientific research is showing that whether we like it or not, we are all energetically interconnected. Acknowledging this interconnectivity is essential for healing separation and finding solutions to personal and societal problems. Each person's thoughts, attitudes, and emotions emit energies through their heart's electromagnetic field. As we communicate with compassion, care, and kindness, this energetically warms the heart connections in our interactions, which result in better outcomes. Having more care and compassion for each other increases the heart energy or love flowing through our system. Practicing this reduces many predictable stress reactions and restores our own mental and emotional balance. What do you think of that?
No, there's so much there. There's so many places I wanted to interrupt, but I didn't because I think it's a pretty good thing to read in its entirety.
Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't finish. More heart-centered communication, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many examples in my life right now of communication that is not happening with the heart, that is just focused on the mind and the mind's idea of what the heart actually has to say, which is just another layer of challenge to come to a meaningful place of connection. So I like this idea of warming the heart before we even go into a conversation that might be difficult or challenging or that has been in the past.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this practice right now, everybody. So thanks for joining me.
It reminds me of that technique called attitude breathing, where we're getting into a state of coherence, focusing on our hearts, being in our hearts, and cultivating that better outcome. And it's already happening. Like as soon as we focus on the heart, whatever story is in our mind, whatever way we have a relationship with what's going on, that can shift simply by moving into a state of heart coherence.
And there's some tips on this,
oh my
right?
Gosh.
Heart connection tips. Wow.
It's 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm reading again. A fast-acting practice for deeper heart connection is to create an attitude of care, kindness, and respect for another person before and during conversations. The practice of intentionally connecting with these heart qualities first sets an energetic tone that makes it easier for heart energy to flow in our interactions. When genuine care precedes communication, then it's easier for our heart feelings to inform us of the most effective way to communicate that's best for all concerned.
I love that one. And like as I hear it, I'm thinking of all of the examples that I've experienced even in the last 24 hours or so that are not that. The contrast is really up high right now in some areas of my life. And wow, from a bodily perspective, I can feel the constriction. It's almost like this, like turning in on myself to hear unkind words being spoken by people I love and about people I love. That's really hard. And so this is why I do this, to keep opening my heart even in those really challenging places. Thanks. You want to go on to number... Oh, you got something to say?
I just love all the stories that you share with me about those moments where you're committed to staying in that open-hearted place, and to hear about the way that things change or shift or move around the way that you respond to these moments that are difficult by staying in your heart.
Yeah. And they're little shifts. It's not big. I mean, it feels big, but to the naked eye, to the casual observer, it's little. It's like, well, what's even happening here? But the truth is, so much is happening when we can cultivate this connection. Okay, go ahead.
Ready for tip number 2?
Tip number 2.
Okay. It's especially smart to prepare before conversations that could be sensitive. You can prepare by radiating heart feelings to the person for a few minutes before a phone call, Zoom meeting, or in-person meeting. See yourself staying calm while speaking or listening without forming opinions, judgments, or conclusions. This part takes a little more practice. I can attest to this. It is a practice, but it's well worth it.
Yeah. Are you done with that?
I got a little more.
Oh, go ahead. I'll wait.
Don't get caught up in getting it right or wrong. That's big. Your effectiveness will increase with heartfelt intention. Even if preparing doesn't work every time, when it does work, it can prevent a week's worth of stress from picking up the pieces after a relationship spat, or misunderstanding.
My gosh. I have spent so much of my life picking up those pieces, y'all. I don't know about you, but wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or you can't pick them up. You're just tending them into little piles.
Yeah. Yeah. Here it is again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody in the room keeps tripping over it.
Number 3.
Tip number 3. Another heart connection tip is to hold a genuine attitude of appreciation for the person as you communicate. Holding others in appreciation radiates an energy field that increases the respect for each other and creates a safer zone for warm-hearted communication.
Yeah. And what happens when we're not holding people in that space of appreciation? We could rewrite that sentence and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Another time.
Well, this next little sentence is, I think, speaking to that. People have a deep desire to be heard and accepted for who they are. So if we're in a place of appreciating someone, it's much more likely that they'll feel that and they'll feel heard.
Mm-hmm.
Heart-connected communication is a most effective way to achieve this.
You ready to do the practice?
This is it.
Okay.
This is the Heart Connection Matters practice. So let's start by breathing in feelings of love and appreciation as this activates our heart coherence. Now let's add to that. Let's envision our communications and interactions to be warmer, more compassionate, and kinder. This encourages compassionate latitude for others, which can powerfully reduce much of the stress people are experiencing in these times. It's important as we are all affected by today's increasing challenges, such as extreme weather events, society's polarizing values, people's chaotic behaviors, or global unease from uncertainty. So just want to recap. We're breathing in feelings of love and appreciation to activate heart coherence. And then we're envisioning our communications and interactions being warmer, more compassionate, more kind. And now we're going to add to that. Let's envision ourselves deepening our heart connections, healing our relationships, and releasing separation for the good of the whole. Realize that as more of us increase our intentional care and compassion in interactions, it raises the vibration of the energetic environment, making it easier for people to open their hearts to each other. This will facilitate the global heart awakening. We'll do another little recap. We're breathing in feelings of love and appreciation activating heart coherence. We're envisioning our communications and interactions to be warmer, more compassionate, and kinder. And then we're envisioning ourselves deepening our heart connections, healing our relationships, and releasing separation. And then to that, we'll send our deepest care and compassion to all who are suffering hardships from wars, famine, natural disasters, and other global stressors.
Thanks, Keen. Now I feel like we need to do the whole heart lock-in. And we'll have to do that another time.
Yeah.
You know what came up for me during that is this funny thing about, like, when you have a conversation, you typically have some agenda, let's say, that you would like to cover. And at the same time, for that conversation to release its magical essence that it has the capacity to, we have to not have an agenda.
Yeah.
It's a real both and kind of way of being in relationship with another person. So I keep practicing this. Like, this is my practice.
Mm-hmm.
This was my practice before I knew it was my practice.
This is that paradoxical phenomenon of communication. So if we come into the conversation needing it to turn out a certain way, it's already over.
Mm-hmm.
But if the focus of our communication, of all our effort, is to bridge a deeper understanding that is extended from our heart outward first, then we have something significant.
Then we got a chance.
Yeah.
You're saying there's a chance. I'm not going to give up. Don't give up on these people that we love, that we can't sometimes find that heart-centered connection that we would like. It almost always looks different than we think it should look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here with us.
Yeah.
If you liked this, let us know. Maybe we'll start doing it every month. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helps us get more comfortable.
It helps us get more comfortable. Yeah. Thank you for helping us, pushing us.
This was easier than the 10 minutes beforehand, stressing out about all of it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Wishing you much heart.
This is the kind of global warming we like.
Yeah,
The heartwarming.
heartwarming. Oh, that's good, King. Bye.